first lesson is just start. And when I say just start, I do recognize and realize that not everyone has the fortune or privilege to be able to start simply because you have to think about how you're gonna fund the business. But if you are in a similar situation as I am, simply do just start, because the only way to know if something will work out is if you test it out, go through it and see if is this making a profit for me, is this working out for me, is this really what I want to be doing. The second lesson I learned is that you're not the only one doing it, and that's honestly a hard pill to swallow, because when you do get an idea to go into something, you do go to a phase where you think that you have the most unique idea until you realize it's actually no. There's more people who are actually in the industry that you're already in. It's just that you have only discovered it now. There's nothing new under the sun, and truly you may modify someone else's idea. Guys, umhlaba has been around for so long, so chances of you creating something extraordinarily new, something that has never been done before, are super slim. Do not be scared to start something that another person is already doing. You can start something and get the lessons from the people who are already doing whatever you're doing and improve from that. Other thing is that you are the all-rounder. Truly, you are the all-rounder, especially when you're starting off. You are gonna be the one receiving the orders. You're gonna be buying the material. You're gonna be making whatever you need to be making. In my instance, you're gonna be making the wigs. You are gonna be modeling the wigs. You are gonna be receiving complaints, inquiries, So it does become too much at times, but that's just the price you pay for starting off, until you do get to a point where you can hire people to do that for you. As you all-rounder, we used to call it ubai oli, as ubai oli, which means you play for all teams, you will discover it's actually I enjoy this department more. So do you realize what you like more, what you do not like? That's it. Basically, you do everything and you just need to accept that for your business to grow. The point I have over here with me is imposter syndrome will always kick in, and that goes with knowing that you're not the only one. Imposter, I say, will have you by the balls. I have some days where I just feel like I'm not good enough. I have some days where I will create a product and feel like, oh my gosh, what is this? What did you just make? What I'm trying to say is that I do not always believe in myself, even with the experience. And sometimes it's the clients you deliver to who make you feel, what's man? Actually, I just created a dime. Actually, in the shine must figure at the hands of the client. Accent the longest paragraph expressing their gratitude, and you just sit there and be like, okay, I am actually doing well. The next lesson that I learned is I keep on learning. This is very important. When I look at my first week that I choreographed and where I'm at now, I am not embarrassed. I'm very embarrassed. I'm like, Abo, how are people buying this? I have leveled up, and the only way to do that is through watching more YouTube videos. I saw a tweet not so long ago talking about how YouTube is the next university or something like that, and it's actually true. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's nothing you can't teach yourself on YouTube, and it does not only end with YouTube. Books, guys, books on how to manage yourself, manage the business, how to go emotionally as a person, because that influences how you're going to run your business, and also podcasts. I feel like one platform that most of us are kind of sleeping on is podcasts. There's so much you could learn from that platform. So whichever way you can be able to learn, go for it. Sometimes going directly DMing people, if you are a business person or a person who's starting off at something and you are not following people who are already in the industry, how are you trying to make it fall? Like, what's your strategy? If you're into makeup and someone says, hey, there's a workshop here, and don't, even if you feel like actually I can contour, or you already know about prepping the face before you make up, still go anyway. They might have some extra knowledge that you don't know. Invest in learning. It's gonna be your biggest tool, and no one can take that away from you. The next lesson that I learned is have separate accounts and pay yourself first. Yeah, I laugh when I think of this one, because the more money you have, the more responsibilities you get, more fancier your taste gets, and yeah, you just want more. That's how you may start using up the business money so much that you are not in a position where you can save, or you're in a position where you have some bitty left, you know. I've had situations where I've received money, I've spent all of it, and I see store, there's no stock, I can't be creating anything, there's no wig caps, there's no hair pieces, whatever, and I've had to use up from my personal account. Do not mix up your business money with your personal account money. You can have two accounts in one bank card. The other lesson I've learned is that a business goes through seasons. I've had times where I could say I was boiling, guys. Like whenever I'd go into go check my balance, go Capitec, I'd be like, does this mean? And it may not be a lot of money to another person, but it was a lot of money to me who was starting up. Also had times where I was broke. Like no customers were coming in at all. Literally no customers. Nothing. I've had instances where I've had to set up specials, had to post more to attract customers, because you know, things were not coming together. And the other lesson is this one you could only learn through experience. I'm telling you, customers are diverse. You'll get the sweetest ones, like sweet ones. I didn't get difficult customers, and I understand the difficult customers, because I do think I have been a difficult customer in my own rights, in my own way. The best way to be able to relate better with a customer is to try and put yourself in their position. You get those customers who come to you and have a problem with giving you the full amount before you deliver. And I get them. I do not know this person. Yes, she has a pretty face, but what if she's a scammer? You know, especially with the whole lot of things that are going on in South Africa. I think all of us have been scammed one way or another, or we do know someone very close to us who has been scammed. And you are going to get clients who, you know, will give negative feedback. Do not take even that as a personal attack, but you could be learning something from it, because days are not the same, especially if you as a business person are delivering on your own capacity. The way you will deliver if you have one parcel may not be the same when you have like 5. You know, you may do well with the first one, but chances are when you get to the 5th one, because there's pressure, you may not deliver the same way you normally do. Accept that criticism. But the customer is always right most of the times, truly. I'm not saying always, but most of the time, customers are right. Listen to them, improve on it. And you'll find that if you have made a mistake or you haven't delivered to their expectation, and you are a person who humbles themselves and is willing to listen to what they are pointing you towards, you'll realize that no, it's actually not them being fussy. Sometimes the client will say, I didn't like this. And then you will say, okay, no, I can give you, I can make you a new one to compensate for this. They'll refuse because they are also human. They understand where you're coming from, you know. But you should know next time, I shouldn't do this way because my customers this. Yeah, basically just listen to them. They have the full experience of whatever product you're delivering, and their input is quite valid. Okay, the other one, I'm almost done, is that time matters, and you should learn to prioritize. Last year, when I was a final year student, honors equivalent student, so I was going to work 3 times a week and being on campus twice a week. There's exams, there's work, things you should deliver on. It was just a lot of things at once, and my business at that time I did not have time for, and mostly because I was still learning, I did not know how to prioritize my time. Sometimes it will be simple things like, if I know that next weekend I'm supposed to be meeting up with my girls, I have learned that during the week I have to push however hard I can, so that when it's time for me to be relaxing with my friends, I relax with my friends. It's hard, but it's doable. Another example is right now I'm working full time. I get here around 6:30, the latest. Sometimes it's dark, and we have constant power cuts. I still get here, take a nap, work with those rechargeable batteries. It's something I want. I want to be making money out of this business. I want my clients to keep coming back, so I'm gonna prioritize it, And my motto all throughout, ever since I've started, has always been, the more you do, the more you can do. I know the first time I started out working, I used to come back tired. I just fall asleep on the couch. I made a decision, personal choice, that I'm gonna push myself. Even if I make half a week, I've done something. If I make a full week, I've done something. And it has worked for me. It has absolutely worked for me. I make schedules. Sometimes I do not stick to them, I will not lie, but I do try my best to stick to that. If you are a business person and you are working a 9 to 5, or you have other commitments, you should value time, because you'll find emergency orders, you'll find people, they get too excited to get their orders, and if you can't deliver, it breaks the trust. If you can't deliver on time, it breaks the trust. And then the last lesson I have learned, I know I've been saying all the lessons are hard pill to swallow, but this one is specifically harder to swallow. And it says that you will know when it's over, because businesses do have a lifespan. But I have had some other things ventured into that have not lasted for this long, and that is the reality of life. Sometimes your business will last up to a specific period, because sometimes you just lose customers, not because of your work, but because something is no longer trending. Sometimes it will be that the cost of whatever you were giving to your customers has become too much, and you've come to a point where you realize that no, I'm actually not making a profit. The business is actually running from my personal pocket, which is not healthy. You should be able to make a profit unless you are running a social business. And it's quite normal. It simply means that the business has served its purpose, and you may need to be venturing into something else. It's hard to be making that decision with yourself, but you will know, man. Sometimes it's simple things like you will feel when you're no longer delivering to your best capacity. Only you will know when it's over. If you are a person who is true to themselves, a person who has true conversations with themselves, a person who is real with themselves, you will know it's chai, sexually, and that's okay. You shouldn't feel bad for that. So yes, those are the lessons I learned from running my small hair business. It's lessons that you can apply onto whatever small business that you're starting or venturing into. If there's any other lessons that you guys have learned through running your own business, or through observing other people around you running their own small businesses, please do comment. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.